Hey folks, this clip is brought to you by Omaha Steaks. Get $30 off your order of perfectly aged steaks, juicy burgers, and decadent desserts with our promo code VOLS, that is VOLS, Omaha Steaks. And now to recruiting. Tennessee grabs up four-star defensive lineman Kellen Lindstrom from Springfield, Missouri. This is an interesting pickup. He is a four-star on every service except 247. The 247 composite, he's a four-star, but 247 itself ranks him as a three-star. But according to the composite, the number 27 defensive lineman, the number 7 player from the state of Missouri, and an exciting pickup as always because of the way Tennessee plays football. But to get a guy on defense is always really nice. What do you think of this one, Zach?
Yeah, I mean, obviously you've got to load up on these defensive linemen to have a chance to compete in the ACC. It's the type of player you're going to have. That's what kept Tennessee out of the playoff last year was defense. That's why they lost to South Carolina and they weren't in that Final Four. If they have a quality defense, play well that night, they're in the playoff. Who knows what happens? Although it's hard to see anyone beating Georgia last season. But, I mean, yeah, you got to get these guys. Who knows how it pans out? He's a four-star talented guy. Those are the type of guys you got to load up on, and then you got to develop them. Garner is going to develop these guys, so you got to feel pretty good about once you get them on campus that they're going to produce, not like the Tennessee of old where 4- and 5-star guys came in 2014, 2015, 2016, and a lot of them kind of fizzled out and didn't really progress because they weren't developed at Tennessee. And I think that reputation is changing, as you saw in the NFL draft this past or late last month, especially with Byron Young, going fairly high there, especially with his story showing up at Tennessee the way he did. I know he was recruited by Jeremy Pruitt, but really it's this staff is the one that developed him and got him to where he is, helped him kind of unlock that talent. So you got to feel good about Lindstrom's possibility of contributing at a high level for Tennessee. Obviously, you got to go prove it first. But the fact that they went to Missouri, beat out Oklahoma for this kid, which is another intriguing storyline, I think, in its own. Josh Heupel's probably not going to have to go up against Oklahoma head-to-head a lot, but he went head-to-head with them with his alma mater, got this kid. He's going head-to-head with them for a 5-star as well. I mean, it's between Oklahoma and Tennessee for Williams Nwaneri. Heupel's showing, not backing down and not showing that that's a problem for him. He can go up against Oklahoma and do whatever he has to do to close the deal.
Yeah, that's exciting. And so many people have had that talking point of is Josh Heupel, does he still have feelings for Oklahoma? Is this and that? Obviously, that's not really going to come into play here, but I would guess in this case, it's probably got to feel good to get a win over Oklahoma like that. Tennessee can't play them on the football field quite yet. They're not in the SEC yet, but just to have that, I feel like you've heard more that there's kind of bad blood between Heupel and Oklahoma than there is any kind of love between Heupel and Oklahoma. So that's nice. But just to get that win over a program that, at least before this newest coach showed up, was a power. It's not, from his first year, it's not looking so hot. But still, I mean, they are a recruiting machine. And so I think this is really good. Solid pickup. And I like what I see from this kid. And just to get wins like this that kind of get you believing more and more in what Heupel is doing, and you take away any of that criticism that obviously annoys all of us, where it's like, oh, it's just 3 stars, just 3 stars. Well, here's your 4-star. Everybody calm down. It's going to be okay. And I think the main thing that I wanted to talk about from this was where Tennessee is at right now in comparison to the rest of the SEC. I think it's an interesting talking point because they are 9th in the nation. They are behind a few SEC teams, and they're SEC teams where I would throw it to you, Zach, and say, is this concerning at all? We love this pickup. Great pickup. And honestly, so far, I really like this class that Tennessee is putting together. Spring is in the air, and that can only mean one thing. Spring grilling. The steak experts at Omaha Steaks have made it easy to spring into something delicious with their semi-annual sale. It starts Wednesday, February 22nd, so make sure you mark your calendar and get 50% off site-wide. Grab all your favorites like perfectly aged tender steaks, ocean fresh seafood, juicy burgers, air-chilled chicken, and decadent desserts. Plus, when you go to omahasteaks.com and use promo code VOLS, that is VOLS, at checkout, you'll get an additional $30 off your order. It's the perfect way to get fired up and spring into something special. Don't wait. Go to omahasteaks.com and use promo code Vols at checkout and take advantage of this deal. I've had Omaha Steaks plenty now. Comes right to your door. So convenient, so tasty. Can't recommend it enough. Go and get it. Omaha Steaks is ready to ship your order right away, and you're going to want to hurry because 50% off site-wide is only happening for a limited time, so don't miss your chance to save. Visit omahasteaks.com. Use promo code Vols at checkout and get an additional $30 off when you shop their semi-annual sale today. Again, it starts February 22nd. Mark those calendars and get your Omaha Steaks. Minimum order may be required. That's Omaha Steaks promo code Vols. But you're behind Georgia and Alabama. That's not surprising at all. At number 4 in America right now, with only 8 recruits, one of them is a 5-star, 6 4-stars, according to On3, is Florida. Then at 6 nationally is South Carolina with 8 4-stars. And then Tennessee comes in at 9th with 6 4-star players. You're behind South Carolina and Florida at the moment. Obviously, you can finish really strong. Doesn't really matter. But at this moment, any concern at all that you're behind essentially your 2 biggest SEC East rivals outside of Georgia?
No, I don't think you can be too concerned yet. I think we learned last year when Tennessee spent most of the recruiting cycle in the top 5 and then fell to around 10. It's where class finishes. That's what matters. Obviously, Tennessee, South Carolina, Florida, they're all right there, kind of in that same range. I mean, 24/7 Sports has a little different. They have them 9, 10, 11 with South Carolina, Tennessee, Florida. So they're all kind of pretty much in that same range. You don't want to finish below South Carolina. Definitely not after what happened last fall. You do have to finish above them, significantly higher than them, I would say. But I don't think it's anywhere close to time yet to panic about that. I mean, neither class is even halfway full yet. I mean, they both have about 10 or 11 commits, so a long way to go. South Carolina's class propped up a little bit by that 5-star. That helps them quite a bit. Tennessee's going to hope to land. Talked about Williams Nwaneri. Hopefully you land him. That gives your class a little bit of a boost. Some others out there too, they're chasing down. So we'll wait and see where it pans out. So I'm not too concerned yet. If it's November, December, getting in almost early signing, that's a little different then.
Exactly. That's essentially how I feel. I don't put really any stock in these rankings at this point because somebody said it in the comments already. Let's see. Mr. Jones, he said people forget Nathan Laycock was a low 3-star before jumping to a high 4-star last year. Heupel just gets them in early. I think you're definitely going to have some elements of that in this class, and you'll climb up a little bit there. And you start there and project out to some of the dudes you potentially have on the line coming up. There are some 5-stars that Tennessee is in on. You mentioned it there, Williams Nwaneri, and he's not the only one. And so this class could come together really nicely, and it's just not over yet. It's a marathon, not a sprint. Nobody freak out for multiple reasons. Don't freak out because of the 3 stars, and don't freak out because South Carolina is leading quite yet. That's what I would say.